against this bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Next opponent, please.
Chairman, committee members, my name is Susan Smith, S-M-I-T-H, and I live in Billings, Montana. And we did send a couple of different letters, one to the committee and then one to all the senators, and you also in the committee received that letter. I hope you've had an opportunity to read it. First and foremost, I guess, again, I represent my 6 children and 22 grandchildren, and as a member of the Safe Community, Safe Kids, and our coalition, I represent those nearly 20,000 people, concerned citizens who signed our petition in 1 week to repeal the current medical marijuana law. We are deeply aware of the great responsibility you bear when making decisions that will impact the lives of citizens of Montana for years to come. Myself and Safe Community and Safe Kids strongly oppose Bill 154. We are fully aware of the devastating impact the current medical marijuana law has had on our state, communities, families, and especially our youth already. Taxing it, let me say something first. Montanans did not vote for an industry or an entirely new branch of government to regulate this industry. It is morally incomprehensible to put a dollar amount on the devastation this has caused, and it already has caused. Taxing alcohol, cigarettes, gambling has not resolved any of their addictions, but has only increased them. When you were talking about, well, it's all about, really, when you come to the bottom line of it, normalizing and legalizing marijuana, which is an illegal drug, and I think all of us know that. When you talked about referring this to the older generation, I happen to be one of those older generation, and I can tell you when we did the petition drive and even other times, I talked to hundreds of older generation people, and I can assure you they want to repeal this completely, and they are just sickened at heart of what has happened to this state as a result of it. And I don't think anybody, I think it would be a slap in the face as an older person to receive money from people that are struggling in addictions and out of greed for others. One of the things that we have to do is recognize what the intent of the current law is. And in the current law it says limited use for limited problems where people really are near death. And also it refers to that there would be little or no cost to the state. Already it's gone far beyond that, and if you were to tax it, it would even be worse than it is now. As a governing body of men and women, you are really acting as our big moms and dads, watching over your little flock, we, the citizens of Montana, making sure we're all safe, secure, protected, and happy. Really, that is your job. That is what we look to you for, to make wholesome and moral decisions in behalf of us that will guarantee our freedoms and our right to a good life, feeling protected and loved, liberty free from rules, and those who would bind us up and strip us of our human dignity, and the pursuit of happiness, free from those who would willfully and deliberately, out of greed and control, take away our joy. Shame on them, and shame on you if you don't make the right decisions and protect our state and create a safe haven for our families, and especially the future of our youth. I know you are all very responsible people. You love your families, your state, and your country, and you want us to be free from fear. You want us to be happy and have a good life, to be free from oppression, those rules that would lay burdens on our shoulders and be too hard to carry. And you want us to be able to pursue happiness and have joy in our lives every day. Why? Because we live in Montana. And again, may I remind you, the last best place in America. Let's keep it that way. I would ask that you oppose this bill, and I would share that in the name, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Next opponent.